Good evening again from Clear Branch Baptist Church for our Wednesday night Bible study. It's good to be with you. Hope you've had a good week so far, and I know I have. It's been a blessed week. Ain't God good? I mean, really, ain't God good? I know ain't probably is not a proper English term, but it just fits. Ain't God good? He answers so many prayers in so many ways, and He does His work so abundantly and so marvelously that, I do truly stand amazed. Sometimes I wonder, do you ever get busy with a hurried way of life and having a flurry of activity around you to where you feel like you're always having to do something? I was discussing vacation with one of my friends that was getting ready to go on vacation, and we were talking about how we conducted ourselves on vacation. I asked him, I said, what's your vacation like? He said, oh, we're constantly just going from here to there. If we go to the beach, he said, we're constantly running up and down the beach. We're running back and forth between the beach and the pool. We have an agenda to keep all day long. And I know everybody does their own thing, and not everybody can be the same. But I wonder sometimes if we get so busy, we forget to ever realize what being still is. The Bible tells us to be still. Be still. Sometimes it's the best thing we can do. Oftentimes, I believe it is, we feel like we have to be doing so much, and we have to be going all the time, to the point to where we forget sometimes just to stand and be still. In the book of Psalms, the sons of Korah, which were temple assistants in the time of King Hezekiah, they wrote a psalm, Psalm 46. And in that psalm, it was a psalm of praise, how that they had been delivered from the king of Assyria. It was during Israel's troubled time. If you want to look back, you can find the scripture reference to it in 2 Kings, the 18th and 19th chapter. This was when the king of Assyria was there, and he was getting ready to take over the temple and take over Jerusalem, and how that it was going to be just utter chaos. This is what they had to say in the 46th chapter. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear. Though the earth be removed, and though the mountain be carried into the midst of the sea, though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof, Selah. There is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High. God is in the midst of her, she shall not be moved. God shall help her, and that right early. The heathen raged, and the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge, Selah. Come and behold the works of the Lord, what desolations he hath made in the earth. He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow, and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burneth a chariot with fire. Be still, and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen, and I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge, Selah. That 10th verse, be still and know that I am God. Oftentimes, I think in the midst of our chaos, we feel like we have to be in control. The need for control is not unusual. It's not uncommon with most people. I mean, after all, we all like to be in control of our day, the circumstances around us, our environment. I mean, after all, as human beings, we're so used to being at the top of the food chain, it's kind of disturbing when we realize that we really have very little control over things. Maybe you've heard the old phrase, men plan and God laughs. Oftentimes it's hard, is it not? When our best laid plans go awry, whenever we don't get what we want, the way we want it, when we lay out our best plan and it seems like nothing happens according to the way that we plan it. Sometimes it's hard, is it not? We busy ourselves trying to right the ship. We busy ourselves trying to attend to the details and get everything back on track. When in reality, sometimes I think we'd be better off doing just exactly what it says in the 10th verse. Be still and know that I am God. When was the last time that you just sat quietly, meditating and thinking on the power of God, the place He has in your life, and what you really are with Him? I mean, sometimes I think we are so busy. I mean, think about it for just a moment. The last time that you were quiet for just a moment, what was your first instinct? Was it to sit quietly in prayer and meditate? Was it to think of all the millions of things that you've got to do, all the little things that are not getting done while you're sitting there being still? Or maybe your first thought was grab the phone, see what's happening on Facebook or Instagram, see what's going on in the world around us, read the news, see the weather. We've got to be knowing constantly, got to be doing something. Because everybody knows, after all, that being still is doing nothing. And you have time to do nothing, right? Everybody's got something to do. Well, see, I think sometimes being still, we look at it as doing nothing, but really it's action. Being still requires an effort. Being still requires concentration. Being still requires us to really put into plan the effort of being still. It's not being lazy, it's being still. Standing where you're at and realizing the power of God around you. In the book of Ephesians, it talks about us putting on the whole armor of God, the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation. It talks about our feet being shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. But after he lists the whole armor of God, he says this, and having done all, stand. Having done all. Sometimes when we have run to the end of our rope, when we've done all that we know to do, the best thing we can do is be still. Just be still. Don't be running around frantically. Don't be trying to fix the problem. Don't be trying to have the flurry of your activity mask all the troubles going on in life. Just be still. Stop what you're doing and stand still. And say, God, I'm ready for your peace in my heart. God, I'm ready for you to take control. God, I don't have to be doing, moving, or fixing. God, I can stand right